Am I back? Am I back? I don't know if I'm back. I gotta turn freaking lights back on. You can see it's freaking dark in here. Good grief, man. I'm back. I'm trying to be back. I gotta get everything back and set back the way it should be, though. My camera's foobar and everything else, and my lights are off. Yeah, we had some kind of, I'm sure, storm-related power outage, and it took a minute for everything to recover. All right, we got lights on. And of course, let's see, I need to see if I can get back in the damn game. Because if I can't, I will have lost all that RMC and construction material to the partial mission progress. Get Gremlin going. Launch game. Acknowledge. Par for the course. That's the way things work. Configure video. All right, we're getting there. It's been just long enough, though, that I expect no recovery from the game. Come on, get me back in, coach. I didn't mean it really has. It's been just long enough. I don't really expect to be back in my ship. I would hope I am. With the mission still would be good. Come on, do the thing. Do the thing. Come on, Star Citizen. Oh, damn it. Well, we just got wrecked by the weather. Right, that really sucks. I knew I shouldn't have tried to go for the larger mission. Overall, the race has been pretty good today. We got blown up by a couple of frickin' murder hobos, but whatever, and got other stuff done. I did go and get all of the rest of my RMC and composite and was going to turn it in. I had enough to do a couple of small missions, but it was close to being able to do a medium mission, so we made the mistake of turning in the partial and going to get the rest, and then the weather blacked me out. I just got everything back up and running. So we have no RMC and no construction material left to turn in, so all of that was probably, it was probably 3/4 of what I needed per turn in for the 3 million. So that's all going. Which is unfortunate. But that's Star Citizen, right? Now the question is, do I even bother to try and get going again? It's extra frustrating to me because if we wouldn't have gotten blown up the first time by the brain dead murder hobos, right? We would already have been back turning that stuff in. Maybe I wouldn't have tried to do the medium mission, but maybe I would have. Maybe I would have finished it, right? Because we'd have been 20 or 30 minutes further along without the interruption from dipshits before the power went out because of the weather. So, whatever. Nature of the beast, man. Well. In any other game, we'd just be picking up where we left off. Any other game, but not Star Citizen. Because Star Citizen is a half-baked pile of trash. I want to be more positive than that, but I can't. No, not the entrance. How about you go to my hangar? Good call, brother. Because you were definitely going to get mowed down. Definitely going to get mowed down if you came into my hangar. I'm just saying. Good call. Persistent players forget persistent trash. All right. I didn't grab any extra magazines from my backpack. What was I thinking? All right. You log out, your character goes and does stuff. I want to log out and come back into the game, and I want my character to tell me all about the way Star Citizen fucked him over while I was offline. Oh shit! I should find out from Cutlet who it is that set up his little storytelling thing that he does, because he does the text to voice with the AI when you do the bits and follow and raid and all of that. I need something like that so that when we can do a command, right? Probably Corn. I might have to ask him about it, so that we can do a command where it tells us everything that went wrong while we were offline in Star Citizen. Tell me a story about what happened while I was offline. What did you do while I was sleeping? Oh, man. Shit. All right, let's see. We need to claim the ship, I'm sure. Misfortune unknown.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you. Please visit us again.
Oh, man. All right, you know what? Let's do this. Do I still have another? I don't need that. I don't need, oh, you know, I did actually mean to I didn't mean to do that. All right. Let's see here. Give me an Urkel. Close. Misk. Prospector. Maybe we'll go poke at some mining. Where are the, there they are. The yellow jackets. Are we excited about the new braking system? You know it. Oh, yeah, sure. Freaking CIG, man. Because, I mean, who wanted a full loot PvP-enabled game anyway, right? It's not like it was part of the freaking project that we all backed, right? Nobody wanted that. Nobody asked for that. Fucking ridiculous. And the tier 0 is just going to be so good, right? It's going to be so good. We're going to go to the bunker with our freaking terrapin or medical Pisces, and we're going to charge into the bunker and kill the bad guys. And if we die, no problem. We'll respawn in our ship with our armor and our weapon, and we'll charge into the bunker again, guns blazing. It's going to be so good for the PvE content and for the PvPers, man. Just imagine, right? Borders have got a Cutlass Red or a Carrack or God knows what with med beds, and the Polaris that you're boarding has got a med bed, and people are blasting each other in the halls, and they're dying, and they're respawning with armor and weapons in their hand to charge forward and do it all again. It's going to be so good. And then when you do finally win the battle and everybody's actually dead, you loot all the bodies. Oh, wait. No, you don't. Fucking trash, man. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. I have no fucking idea what they think they're doing. Not at all. I don't remember if there was a difference. Okay, the Starburn has better hit points. Okay, so there's the information. All right, so we'll go with the Starburn. I did do the ice dive. Trying to be charitable, but I just cannot understand that. Yeah, I really don't. I don't understand. Like, I think that focus will happen as things progress and CIG begins to understand how abused it will be, and they'll do better, right? That's my hopium. That's my copium, is CIG's saying we're going to do this and it sounds fucking terrible, and they will realize how bad it is, and they'll do better. The part that I have the real problem with, right, is even tier 2 down the road. I'm all geared up. I've got all my max gear, right? I've had crafters craft me all of the great tier 3 weapons and armor, and I've got all of the freaking attachments and everything for my weapons. I'm max gear. Everything's good to go. Okay? I go and I die doing something really stupid. Right? Something really stupid. Here I am, and I'm in my Aurora, and I'm trying to kill a Hammerhead. I'm trying to kill a Polaris. I'm trying to raid the Sandworm all on my own with my Aurora. Right? Die. Do something totally stupid. Oh, well. No problem. Respawn at the hospital. Go to my hangar. Go to the freaking freight elevator. Pay whatever ridiculous charge there is. to get my gear back because of the insurance recovery fee, right? Boom, I'm good to go. Do I need to go find somebody to craft me new gear? No. So where's the economy? Player-driven economy? RIP dead. RIP dead. You can't just let people have all the best shit and there be no risk unless you're going to add more best shit that's even bester. More bestester, right? And at that when you reach that level of creep, you've demolished anything that used to be worth a shit. It's a terrible slippery slope, and they're not only saying it might happen, it's like, this is what we're gonna do. Best case scenario is you get wear and tear on your items, and it's going to be, eventually it wears out no matter what, right? Which flies in the face of persistence, because what if I choose to maintain my gear? Here I am, I've got all the best gear in the game, nothing that I will ever need to improve upon, and all I need to do is just maintain it, right? So, of course, as part of every play session, we do a battle, we come and we stop in our ship, and we maintain all of our gear. Maybe 2 or 3 times a session to make sure that shit doesn't wear out. Except the only way to counter the fact that you can't lose gear unless you choose to lose gear by not claiming it is to fail to maintain it, right? Or no matter how well you maintain it, it's going to grind down anyway. And I am afraid that the second thing, the latter choice, will be what CIG does, that shit will wear out no matter what. That is the only way to make sense of you can keep anything you want as long as you decide to keep it. Meanwhile, of course, it still destroys PvP looting. Even if down the line we can actually go to the freaking Nine Tails honcho dude and go, yo, Rudo, man, I looted this really badass gear from Zero State. Can you go ahead and get me some licenses for this stuff so I can use it again? Even then, still, if you're in the moment and you need to be able to use something that you looted, you can use it unless dude happens to backspace and claim it real quick. Although hopefully, right, it's like, this gear will be good for at least 24 hours no matter what. And then if dude has claimed it after the 24 hours, then you won't be able to use it anymore, right? Maybe that's what they'll do. But whatever they're trying to do, it's just Mickey Mouse. It's just Mickey Mouse. What happened to the persistent universe that had a credible experience, that stuff just behaved the way you expect it to behave? If I pick up a gun, pew pew. Not pick up a gun and go, or even better, look, there's a gun. What? Why can't I pick it up? Oh, well, because that's the Dark Law's gun. You're not allowed to pick that up, right? Only the Dark Law is able to pick that gun up, right? Of course, that makes total sense. I don't know what to think about any of it, except it's just ridiculous. I don't even see how it's a good thing for the marketing team. Right? I just don't. It's like, okay, let me go to the store and I'm going to buy all of this gear. I'm going to go buy this Red Alert set. I'm good to go. I'm done. I don't need anything else. I don't care about that tier 2, tier 3 shit. It doesn't matter. I'm just going to do the easy PvE content. I just want to look cool. That's it. That's all that matters. I look like a badass. I'm not going to go PvP anyway. I'm set. Store gear forever. I don't need anything else. I'm done. Player economy? Psh, who needs that shit? I'll just throw dollars at it. I mean, even that is just dumb. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. Whatever, man. Whatever. I think we decided to stay with the Goliath last time. All right, who's a miner? We got any miners in the room? What should I do in the way of a mining bit? And how do I even compare them? right? Open a new tab. And I'm not totally freaking ignorant. We got what? I think Helix is the one that everybody always uses, right? Makes it easier to mine. Doesn't change stability. Reduces the optimal charge size. I don't know whether that's a good thing or not. But it adds more inert materials. I don't want more inert materials. Lancet was the other one that people have mentioned. Yeah. Most MMOs have player-driven economy without being full loot PvP. Now, see, that's not true. Most MMOs don't have a player-driven economy, right? Because you can't say it's player-driven if it's not crafted items, right? And to be honest, most MMOs, the crafted items either you have to have the raid materials and all of that, right? Or it's junk, right? I mean, the most of them are half-assed. The only game that I ever played that really had a true player-driven economy was Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies had some NPCs that sold some bullshit gear, right? It was starter stuff. And then if you wanted actual armor and weapons, you went to whatever their version of the auction house was called, because I don't remember what the marketplace was called, and you'd go buy it. And people crafted weapons and armor, and depending on how good the material was and how good the crafter was and what the schematic had in it and all of that, it determined how good the actual gear was. And the only way to get that gear was from a player selling it on the market or at an NPC at some shop somewheres, right? That was a player-driven economy. Most NPC-driven economies and MMOs are a joke, right? Because you just go and you're just essentially you're buying the gear that somebody has picked up that's a random loot drop, and a lot of it's going to be pure garbage anyway. WoW's player-driven economy is essentially about somebody who's too lazy to actually do quests and get the gear, right? Or somebody trying to build a particular transmog. That's where their player-driven economy is. New Worlds is very similar, right? You can get crafted gear that's really good, but the shit's super expensive, right? It's not really... It's like, are you a raider or are you not a raider? That's what it really boils down to. Or are you a hardcore PvPer or not? There's some player-driven elements to the economy, but it's not player-driven. I mean, you don't have to have replacement gear in most MMOs, right? Don't get me wrong. But if you want a player-driven economy where most of the stuff that's being bought and sold, and in this case, we're talking about ships and gear and components, right? We're not really talking about commodities, although ideally in the long run, I'd like to see most commodities be player-driven as well. They have to be player-crafted, right? And what they wanted to do with the crafting, right, was have players be able to create the best gear, right? So if you want the best gear, you're going to get it from a player. Right, and maybe Salty Mike's crew has got a shop here on Daymar, because Mike loves some Daymar, right? And if you go there, you can go buy the best multi-tools ever, just as an example, right? And they're way better than the regular store-bought multi-tools, except that normally in a risky universe, part of the way you would make that work is periodically you're going to lose shit. So you might buy 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 for your crew, so that even if somebody loses one, you have a replacement. Why would you bother to do that in a game where all I have to do is push a button and claim it and you give me a copy back? That's my problem, right? And you magnify that. It's going to trash the database. I don't know. I really don't know what's going to happen. I'm fully expecting that we are going to run into a situation where we die and we respawn, and then suddenly we can't use the gear that we have on us because whatever they've done to the gear on the corpse, they've done to my gear too. That's what I'm expecting to have happen. I totally agree. Fix shit, right? It's just like to teleport people off the ships, right? Because now, whether you know it or not, and you guys probably all do know it, but if somebody boards your ship and then you fly into an armistice zone, they get teleported off your ship. If they're not in your party, they're teleported off, right? Which means that if you want to give somebody a ride from a station to a station, you also have to invite them to your party, which gives them certain permissions you might not want to give them, right? But hey, at least if you fly into an armistice zone, they get teleported out of your ship. Where's the immersion and believability there? I don't know. But so much for boarding ships and trying to do the naughtiness. I mean, you're definitely hurting the idea of pirates. In space, it doesn't matter. If you're not in an armistice zone, it's irrelevant. So you can still do some of this stuff as long as you steer clear of armistice zones. But we've done that now. That's already in the game now. And now we're talking about this item retrieval stuff. Now, I'm a fan of the notion of item retrieval, right? I've got 10 years of subflare that includes an awful lot of gear, right? Some of it is unique. The only way for me to get it is to pull it out of my inventory or get really lucky in a loot box somewheres. I can't just go get another copy of a paladin helmet. I can hope that I loot some. Maybe I can get one off of another player. But normally, once I lose the 4 that I have, which it's already happened in 402, all 4 of my paladin helmets are gone now, thanks to the game being the game, is to go buy another one. Right? I can go to the store, I can melt the 2 that I can melt and buy them again with store credit and get them replaced. So I am totally in favor of the notion of, well, I should be able to go to a terminal and retrieve those. Right? Some kind of insurance would be fine. What I am not a fan of is the notion that if somebody kills me and wants my helmet, they can't kill me and just take it. Right? They should be able to do that. If I'm out in the verse in Pyro in a remote asteroid base in a hangar trying to have a gunfight with somebody and they kill me, which this very thing happened just a number of weeks back, right? Somebody killed me and they looted my corpse and took my shit. And I was like, well, praise Pico. At least they took my shit. They didn't just kill me and move on. They looted me. For me, that means something. That means, hey, the loot was valuable. And now they won't be able to do that. They won't. They won't be able to get it. They'll be able to go into my backpack and get my extra ammunition and my Lux, right? But they're not going to be able to take any of my stuff. Hell, they won't even be able to take the spiffy P4 with the scorched scope and the tweaker mod on it, right? Because that is going to auto holster so that I still have it when I die and respawn at the hospital. It's bunk. It's bullshit. It is not the game I backed. Will I automatically stop playing Star Citizen? No, I won't. Not immediately. But it's this kind of chipping away the vision that really annoys the shit out of me. It does. It just really does. It's very disappointing. Okay. The Lancet is more instability, lower optimal charge size, plus optimal charge rate, though. Still with extra. So the Arbor is the only one that doesn't add inert materials. It's just baseline across. Part of me is like, I should just try the stock one and see how it goes. All right? Isn't that what the stock one is? Arbor MH1? Why are there 2? Why are there 2 of them with the same name? Well, it absolutely needs a lot more than a year of clean code, but why are you not showing me the... I don't understand this. Oh, okay, I see. All right. Okay, so whatever this is, so what is this shit? This is a lie? This one's not real, I guess. So it's in the database, obviously, but isn't actually valid. Ah, coffee cup is empty again. Well, you know what? Maybe we won't. Of course, you know, then I'll be like, well, I should have just picked it up while I was out and about. All right. Card is empty. Add non-stock items. And you know what? Let's go ahead and add the Helix and the Lancet to the cart. I guess I need to refresh that page. What? What? Dude, why'd you do that? Add the non-stock items. Thank you. So wait, Obituary and Ruin have it, but Checkmate doesn't? What frickin' figures? What the hell? Alright, let's see. Pyro Gateway. We don't necessarily have to get those guns. They're kind of pointless anyway. We gotta go to Grimhex and we gotta go to Tressler. Okay, let's look for a different option for the coolers. I know that's what I did last time, but oh. Arg. We could just do the bullshit. Of course, do I have an off phase? Off phase? We'll just do that if we got one. Misc Prospector. We'll just do that. So we don't need that. Targas we'd still get a Grimhex. The Yellow Jackets is really irrelevant. Don't I have something else? I could just leave those on there and not worry about it. There we go. We'll use them. We'll use them little sawbuck buzzsaws instead. So we'll ditch those. So a couple of components at Pyro Gateway in Stanton and some shields at Grimhex. And we'll go ahead and grab the mining heads. Of course you probably can't move them any other way except, I guess we could fly to Grimhex, put the components on the ship, see if we can store the extra mining heads in the who'd you call it? The Zeus that's at Grimhex, and fly them back that way, maybe. All right.
Welcome to the HAH vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
And we'll just make sure, but I assume... Yeah. I actually think it's... Although those are back for some reason. Even though it's like those were here and then they were away. I don't think that until the mission pays out that the commodities should actually disappear. I think they should stay where they were. I should have just done the small ones, though. If I'd have just been able to finish doing that little bit of salvaging, it would have doubled my money. Would have been able to turn in that 3 mil. Of course, at this point, probably if I just go do my combat missions, I would be making money steady. And complaining about desync and bullshit combat the whole time, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, you know, that's kind of my point, right? You do 3 of those and you've made almost as much as I would get for turning in the 391 priority mission. I do want to check out the other gameplay, but no, it's just that I had, you know, I've been messing with the salvage and I had that pile of RMC and construction material. It's like, well, if I just do just a little bit more, I can turn that mission in. And then we had a brief power outage here thanks to weather. But that's what I get for doing a partial turn in. I never should have done that partial turn in. Wouldn't have been as big a deal. See, these are not as clear. Right? There's something, they're not as colorful as the Fortune. Everything's a little bit blurrier. I mean, they're still fine, but there's definitely something different about these MFDs. You can see them more bright yellow on the HUD in the center, and it's a little bit more washed out in the Prospector. That's kind of weird to me. If you're talking about the Fortune, it's actually a salvage ship, not a mining ship. It's just, it's the same hull. And I like it. It's good at what it does. It flies really well. There are times when I would probably take the Vulture instead. But the Fortune is really nice for, you know, being the easier choice. And it flies better, right? You can actually get more, I think, more salvage materials in the Vulture easier, but there's a little more work involved. But I have not done a lot of salvage until just a couple of days ago, so. The vulture flies kind of like a brick. So the fortune is more pleasant to fly for sure. My gameplay tends to wander around rather than focus, though, and I think that the vulture would be easier to do the scavenger gameplay, like if I wanted to grab a couple of large guns off of a wreck. Yeah. I could be wrong, but I feel like the vulture actually fractures and disintegrates a little faster. Although that's purely just the way I feel about it. I don't have any hard numbers on it. Mostly, I think it's the aesthetic choice. It's like, well, which one do you like the looks of? And I don't have a problem with them being very similar ships. You know, that is all part of it. Yes. Yeah, the Fortune's only got one. So I'm sure it's a little slower, although it wasn't especially noticeable to me. I do feel like the Vulture scraped quicker. Maybe everything was just quicker because of the two heads. I don't know. I just, the Vulture flies fine forward. Everything else is very clumsy. I would like to see some other manufacturers, like we were talking about yesterday. I'd like to see an Argo salvage ship. Would be cool. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing, you know, an Aegis one either, but I think that there should be, excuse me, choices across the board on that stuff. But I haven't done any mining in years, in truth. Other than the odd hand mining in prison. So I was kind of curious to see how that goes. Anvil, I could see that. I would like to see something a little bit bigger too, something bigger than these. I mean, this is the Prospector, it's a mining ship, but bigger than the Vulture and the Fortune, but not quite as big as the Reclaimer. That's more ship than I want to be dealing with. Something in between those, though, if we're doing solo salvage, would be nice. Well, normally I don't hand mine in prison. Normally I just go below. I go deeper than depth 9 and mug the miners and turn that in. Not a huge fan of anything to do with Klesher. It's such a dead end, and CAG really needs to do something about it, because they say, oh, it's not a punishment. It's a way to channel players to an appropriate game loop for their attitude, except that there's no reward to be had in Klesher except escaping the dead end that it is. It's the worst game design in Star Citizen. It's just terrible. Right? And for me, how do I usually wind up in Klesher? Well, you know, doing PvE missions for Vaughn, right? So it's not like I'm even running around killing other players. We're just doing the content, CIG. You bunch of Mickey Mouse Looney Tunes. Even if all we were able to do is give me some missions to give me some new contacts, right? Earn some reputation with Rudo. Some kind of reward. Something. I mean, not that the Rudo mission for the escape is even in right now because Rudo's broken. If I pay attention to what I'm doing, I might even get where I'm going. Let's go. Yeah, you didn't mean to put the landing gear down, old man. It's bad game design, right? I mean, any basic game loot has a reward, right? You play the little mini game, you get some points. You get no points for Klesher. None. No points for Klesher. Merits don't count since those points don't persist outside the game loop. There's no reward. The only reward is to escape it and go back to doing what you wanted to be doing when the game sent you to a box. It's a fucking penalty box. And if that is the attitude that CIG is going to have about the game, they need to stop pretending like criminal content is valid content. And of course, on the heels of that, they gave us what? Pyro. Which, let me tell you, CIG, isn't criminal content. I mean, the last time they focused on adding criminal content and were proud of it, it was what? It was illegal box missions. I just don't think CIG knows what to do with red gameplay. They're afraid of it. All right, for a second there, I thought we were going to still be in Pyro and I was going to be really aggravated. Oh, no. You forgot what you're doing, although I guess we could have come back and done it. But half the shit we want to buy is right here. We're not thinking. Yeah, and I mean, the escape really is... The only problem with the escape now is that the mission doesn't work anymore. None of Rudo's missions work anymore. So you really have to have a ride from somebody. Because you can't navigate to Barton Flats, even if you have a rover, unless you can manage to do it optically with no real directions whatsoever without the mission marker. Because it's, what, 18 clicks out or whatever. And you've only got... maybe just enough time to run. If the rovers aren't working for some reason, you've got just about enough time to get to the Cuddy wreck. So it used to be that if you needed to, you could hoof it on foot to the mission location, turn the stuff in for Rudo, hop in the Cuddy and fly away. But now that mission doesn't exist anyway, right? So it doesn't matter. Whatever. I'm totally rambling about the whole thing, but I'm just so annoyed with all of it. They've removed more content than we have in the game. right? More content type, at least. And I really don't know what they think they're doing. They're talking about, well, you know, we got a mission refactor. We're going to fix this, that, and the other. And I don't see anything getting fixed on the missions. It's just, you know, I mean, the Rudo escape mission was the one actual criminal mission in prison, right? So it was the one chance that there was of there actually being criminal content at the prison. And now it's gone because there's no Rudo missions. Not that that mission gave you any reputation with Rudo anyway, which was additionally frustrating. You should at least be able to get reputation with the dude for doing the mission. And instead, all you get is he deletes your crime stat. I mean, you know, forget about it if you want to be a criminal and escape and not delete your crime stat. How about a reward for that? They don't understand the people playing their game.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Please visit us again.
On the plus side, at least they seem to have fixed elevators, right? I keep giving them credit for that, and the elevators are going to fail on me, and I'm going to go, oh, never mind. Oh my goodness. We almost charged right out into open space. All right, let's see. What do we... All right, so we need the power plant and maybe one of the mining heads. I always go the wrong way trying to get to the frickin' PB. I think it's actually upstairs. Yeah. Yep. Pretty much the same. They haven't changed anything at all. Except they did add a couple of extra difficulties in the route. Right? They added another hole in the near the end. They added trip mines where you get where you exit the route, which is like, because we needed that, where you essentially have to bail on your backpack. They've made it extra irritating. Okay, where the hell was the freaking PB? I thought I knew where I needed to be, but clearly I don't. Ah, there it is.
Hey.
Starburn.
Yeah.
And then to the refinery deck. The other thing is that the escape mission Well, it's been buggy as hell anyway. I don't know if you're familiar with the way that it works. You go outside comms in the prison and you pick up the mission, and then you have to go into the mine and not into the mine, but into the tunnels and find the corpse that has the data card on it. And it can be in like 4 or 5 different locations. So it's at least it's a little dynamic there. It's not always exactly the same mission. And some of them are actually quite challenging. Shit, you know, I don't know anything about the frickin' modules either. I am looking at the right size, right? Yeah. What happens is you take the mission, you pick up the data card, and I don't know whether it's when you leave the prison. It might even be right when you pick up the mission. It spawns a Cutlass Black at a location that's a ways out, right? That location is actually a Cutlass Black wreck. Inside the Cutlass Black wreck is a little mini satellite transmitter. You put the card in, it transmits it, completes the mission, clears your crime stat, and then you can hop on the ship and fly away. Optionally, you cannot do the mission, you cannot complete it, and you can just hop on the Cutlass and fly away. Part of the problem is NPC bounty hunters tend to spawn in the air, and they want to blow the ship up. Another complication tends to be that at least at times, if you didn't clear your crime stat, as soon as you climbed into the Cutlass Black, which was powered down, it would auto-surrender your ass and send you right back to prison. Because, you know, if you're powered down in a ship, you must be surrendering to security if you're a criminal. I don't actually know what the current state of that is, whether the auto-surrender is still a thing, because the mission's broken. So it's just always been kind of a mess. Otherwise, it would be pretty cool, because I like the notion, because I would just go do the solo escape every time. If I want to clear my stat, I can clear it. If I don't want to clear my stat, I don't have to. Of course, on the subject of not clearing your stat, if you have a crime stat and you go to Pyro and you die, it may still be sending you straight to Grimhex instead of sending you to your home location, your hospital location, even if it's in Pyro. That happened to me in 324. Right? Not to mention having a crime stat screws up your Stanton missions and maybe your Pyro missions, and it wasn't getting fixed after you cleared your crime stats. So being a criminal in general in Star Citizen is a bad idea, because there's so much shit about it that's just broken. All right, we're going to go ahead and buy both of them. I don't know if I can transport one without it being on a ship or not, though. I guess we'll see.
Management just wanted to make a general announcement to check your valve settings. We've been noticing leaks in processes.
Yeah, the auto-surrender thing really annoyed me. I could not believe that crap, because, you know, that was a problem with the Xenothreat missions. When you used to board the wrecks and fight the FPS guys and then collect the cargo, technically those wrecks are powered down ships. So if you had even a CS1 and you went into one of those wrecks, it would auto-surrender you if any of the NPC, the friendly NPCs were around. The security guys, the Navy, they would auto-surrender you from those wrecks as well, which was like, come on, man. I think they fixed that one. Of course, I don't know what they're doing with Xenothreat anymore, because we got the new ones and whatever. It's been one thing after another with criminal content, because nobody's managing it. Well, all we really needed was like one guy or gal to be assigned. Okay, you keep an eye on red content. Make sure that it's not too broken. Just once a quarter, have a look. Try everything out. Make sure it's not busted. And it's always busted. It kills me. Kills me. All right. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at the. I don't know how any of that works. I'll have to look into it. I guess we'll put the Lancet on there. I'll have to do some research.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has please visit us again.
And out of curiosity, can we actually move? Looks like we still have some leftover copper and corundum returning in. Can we move mining heads this way? Oh crap, I got plenty of copper. I just need some more corundum. How big are these when I send them up? I wonder if I can put those in the ship. We don't have an elevator on this one, right? No. Just curious. Being hard-headed. Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably too big to put in the ship, right? Yeah, no, that's not going to happen. All right. Keep that in mind. So what we really need to do is mine a whole bunch of corundum. Because we got crap tons of copper to turn in. Yeah. We got 102 SCU of copper. And only a handful of corundum. It's the other. Yeah, so if we can manage to mine up some copper and then even more corundum, we could maybe turn in that 13 million. I mean, not today, obviously, but we'll have to keep an eye on doing that. All right, let's go to Grimhex and get our shields. Very rarely. What we have now is, let me get in the seat. Come on, do the thing. Right? instead of having a single server, right? We are on a server mesh or a shard. There are 542 people on this shard. There are 5 servers in Stanton, 5 servers in Pyro that connect through the shard, right? There are 65 people on one of those servers here in Stanton. If this server crashes, instead of getting a 30K, we get a server error message on the screen. And within a couple of minutes, that will drop off the screen. You'll be moved onto another server that takes the place of that one in the shard. So mostly 30Ks are gone. The only way that we see the 30K message now is if the whole shard crashes. Yeah, it only takes minutes, and sometimes it's very quick. Like I had one the other day. Of course, I had one the other day that was like 5 seconds, and then the whole server crashed again. But usually it takes a minute-ish, maybe 2 or 3 if it's a really busy day. And then you're good to go. You keep your missions, you keep your location, you're still in your ship. It's great. It's almost like we're playing a real game. Eventually it'll be quicker, right? And we won't even notice it, but it's way better than it used to be. So 30Ks are mostly dead, mostly, which is nice. However, it does kind of highlight some of the other shortcomings, right? Because if you're not being interrupted and restarting with the 30K, then you notice, well, the elevators are bugging out and the hangars aren't cooperating and everything seems busier too. In general, no matter where you are in the verse, you'll see at least one other ship flying around. You'll see another player in the station. So it is definitely better. Server meshing works for sure. We only have static, not dynamic. But that and the replication layer, right? Which is like it keeps track of everything that's going on, and if you crash out of the game, you shouldn't lose anything. Usually now, in fact, if you crash out of the game, if you can log back in quickly, you'll still be in your ship, still on the server, everything will still be inside it. It works really well. So, I mean, you can't say nothing's gotten better, but they still needed to get some work done on some of the fundamentals. I don't know why I dropped out of nav again. We did shit in the wrong order in our head. In some ways, we're well on the way to having what they've been promising us. And in other ways, we're absolutely not. It's a mixed bag. When the game's treating you really well, it's easy to look at it and go, well, this is working and that's working and the other's working. Good deal. I'm so happy. Star Citizen's really coming along. And then it knocks you over and you go, well, yeah, but this is still broken. That's still broken. We still don't have engineering. We still don't have armor. We still don't have, you know what I mean? Overall, things are changing. It's like this next year for me, since this is supposed to be the year of stability and playability, the elevators, which may be fixed now, absolutely need to stay fixed, right? Hangars just need to work. And that includes pad services and ship storing and retrieving and getting a gateway and all of that. It all needs to work. And that also includes pad services at outposts for me, right? That's all part of the same shit, right? Inventory needs to be very polished, and the inventory is getting better. I haven't had very many times where it just fails on me anymore, so I think it's getting better. And navigation needs to get better, because we still have the thing where you go to try and set a route and you can't because it's obstructed, even though because it should just be able to route around it. It can't, or it sets a route and it wants you to go through a planet or a moon. It's like, well, you can't do that. That stuff needs to get fixed. I really feel like all the old navigation system that's still in place behind the star map is garbage and it needs to go. That needs to get fixed this year. That, and we need to be able to count on the ground. I am tired of walking and falling through the ground. I'm tired of driving a ground vehicle and falling through the ground. Those, for me, those 5 things, if those aren't fixed by the beginning of next year, then the year of stability and playability was bullshit. I don't think I'm asking for too much. Granted, I'm just a player, and Chris Roberts doesn't really give a shit what I'm asking for, but I just feel like those are essentials, and I don't think CIG has previously understood how bad those problems are. And maybe they do this year. Maybe. I mean, they did cancel that one free fly, right? Which was amazing to see happen. All right. Where's what? That looks like Daymar to me. Daymar. Ciella's just behind. All right. I had a feeling I waited slightly too long to drop out. I really feel like all of that weird stuttering needs to go away too. We're getting it a lot, especially near planetary bodies, where we get the we go to quantum and there's a hard stutter, or it happens just before you finish to jump. I think that's kind of an essential thing that needs to be addressed too. See, that's the same problem that the Fortune has. I can't tell what that is. Not being able to target it is lame. I mean, I can target it, but I can't see it. How come the Prospector doesn't have the same audio model as the Fortune? The Fortune's got better sounds. What's up with that? Nothing like a little bit of stray landing gear. Just, you know, hanging out in the way of the hangars. It's actually good that by and large, most of that stuff is not physical when it hangs out near the hangars like that. Because you remember when it used to be, you'd go to leave a hangar and crash into it and explode and die. How many times do I got to turn off my head tracking?
Welcome to the ᚻᚖᚪ᚞ᚻᚢᚾ vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I think it disappeared as soon as I looked away. can hope. All right. Hooray, somebody not wearing the white undersuit. Look, he's going to get gear. Oh, man. The bodies. All right. We need Targus, right? One, two, three. Oh, just three. Clearly, there's a reclaimer outside the station. The lights are so bright on it, they go right through the frickin' rock of the asteroid. And this bug is still a thing, which I forget which one of you guys told me about it. But as long as you have at least 2 empty Cruise Lux bottles, they'll stack when you store them, and every time you pull a new one, it's not empty anymore. Took them a while to fix the radar in the ships, but holy cow, it looks great. Yeah, it's definitely better. There's things about it that are still iffy, but it does seem to be behaving better now. We're back to having, we're able to detect ships at range again and that kind of thing, which is nice, because for a while we couldn't, and then we could, and then when we couldn't, they were called again at more than 20K. So it's all been a process, but I think that we're probably in a good place for when they finally do give us the next iteration of scanning, when presumably we'll get long distance scanning. No. I don't want to do that. I want to pull it in the hangar so that it doesn't wind up stuck in the floor. So there's a lot of stuff that's moved in a positive direction. It's a little bit about reliability and all that's been a problem, which, you know, hopefully is getting better this year.
Welcome to the ᚻᚖᚪ᚞ᚻᚢᚾᚏ vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle, please visit us again. Goodbye.
I keep going to reach for my coffee cup and it's empty. It's empty. Alright, so we got all that stuff. We did buy the Helix as well. It's sitting at Pyro Gateway, so it'll be easy to get to if we need it. I need to do some research, and I should have waited for that curtain to drop. I'm asking to fall through the ground. I need to do some research on mining locations at some point here, because I don't even know where I would go to try and mine copper or corundum. This is the skin for the event. If you do the event, I'll show you the thing. All right. If you earn enough points with the event, 800 points got us a silly display. 1800 got us a shotgun that's got the green paint on it, or the 2800 points worth of events, then you get the skin. That you can have it for the Fortune, the Prospector, and there's a version of it on the Vulture as well, but that's just those three. And it's, you know, it's the whole supply or die thing that they're doing all this month during March. All right, let's see here. Now, I know some people are doing bounty missions, right? The larger bounty missions to gather corundum and copper, which may not be a bad choice. Sounds like rumor mill says you want to mine for corundum at Terra Gateway. So maybe we'll head that way. Let's see what we can find. Let's see, we actually need to power. Let's power everything off. Power it back on. All right, make sure we balance power so that everything is enabled. All of our coolers should be on and everything, right? Everything's on. Good deal. I do like the paint. Scavengers. I still think it needs a shit. What the hell's the name of the rat that I'm talking about? Rat pink on it. Although somebody else on X shared a picture of a t-shirt that had a similar X-related logo, DX something or another. I don't remember now. Maybe it was a wrestler or something, but it was definitely the same vibe. It was a real world shirt. Why's my engine look beat up? Or is that just supposed to look that way? That don't look right. That's what I get for letting Grimhex park it for me, right? Can't trust them Grimhex valets, although that may actually be normal. It doesn't look normal. It looks damaged. And I don't remember crashing into anything. We didn't go that far, so I mean, it's like, what happened? Some salvaged part of it. That is what it looks like. All right. Let me refill my coffee cup real quick while we're on the jump. I will be right back. Well, we're already there. Actually thought it would take a little bit more time than that. Got coffee. That's a pretty blue. Pretty blue. Why is there blood splattered on the inside of my helmet? Alright, now part of me is like, should I go ahead and set my hospital here while I'm here? Because we are at the other side of the solar system, in the other solar system. So maybe we will.
Please proceed to sign.
Of course, you're not going to park us on the main part of the station. You're going to park us over here in the ghetto. Like I'm a troublemaker or something. Park that pyro scum over there in the corner. We don't want his kind here.
Landing gear down.
Top off the fuel. Hop out, visit the hospital. Of course, that'll store our ship. Which I really hope they can get all that resolved too. They added this workaround so that if you leave the hangar, it automatically stores your ship. That's supposed to help prevent ships from being stuck places they're not supposed to be stuck or whatever. But it's really irritating. Because, I mean, if you're all set up, ready to load your ship or whatever, and you got it parked the way you want it and everything, and you realize, oh, well, I don't have a tractor beam, I got to go get one, and then you hop out of the hangar. Your ship that's on the pad gets stored. Anything else that's left in the hangar, if you're lucky, it won't just get destroyed. But if it's on the pad, it will. So it's really just kind of irritating. At least your persistent hangar is mostly safe. Your actual home hangar is mostly safe. All right. That's a lot of signage for someday when we actually have Terra. Which is coming soon, TM. It is one of the 5 starter systems, at least. All right, where the hell were the elevators? Oh, no. I done forgot what I'm even doing. Man. Old man brain is real. It's like we're just trying to set our hospital there, dude. Pay attention, Hoss.
Anthony Odlaw, please contact the front desk. Anthony Odlaw, please contact the front desk.
And they still haven't fixed this either. Another screen that doesn't properly update. All right, it's set right, but it doesn't update it unless you shut it down. That used to work. Why doesn't it now?
Welcome to the ᚻᚖᚪ᚞ᚻᚢᚾ vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been delivered. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Still looks like termites have been at my engines. Yeah, I don't show any repairs. Not even one credit. You know, I was just about to clear that, but you know what? It may actually be useful if we need to jump back to the station. We're just gonna have a look-see about in the belt here.
Please visit again.
See, this is what I'm talking about with the freaking ping and pray crap, man. Where do I need to go? What am I looking for? That's back at the station, which is just the station. Yeah, I feel like I was lied to. I mean, I just don't know. But this was what the very brief research said, right? And I mean, I'm not seeing any blobs of minables at all. Plenty of rocks, but they're just rocks. It's kind of a whole big giant bag of whatever, man. Have a look at regolith. I knew I had a bookmark somewhere. Mike and them use this, if I remember correctly. I want rock types, right? Or ore types. I want to know where to find what I'm looking for. Right now, I just want to know if I was lied to about. See Terra on the list at all. Alright, well, whatever. Okay, you're telling me I don't really want to do moon mining. How can I not search this by L4. Mike L1. Nope, none of that's the right button. All right, well, we'll try that. We'll try there.
Fracturing mode on.
What? No.
Mining mode on.
Why? You know what? The way that they set up all the master mode stuff is awful. It just is. It makes no sense. The way that it mixes and matches what mode it flips to, it's bad. I hopefully all that will improve after they move us towards quantum boost and all that. At this point, I just want to see some rocks. Right? Just want to see some rocks. So we'll bounce over to Arco 4 where Regulus says we should see some stuff. Right? I'm not on crack here. Yeah. Just want to see the thing. See the thing. Watch it happen. Why am I not? Hello? Why are we not actually scanning? Do I actually gotta go to frickin' mining mode to scan the thing? I feel like that's not at all the way this used to work.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
Okay, there's the composition. Does it not display that anywhere? It's not at all. None of that is what I'm looking for, though, so. all of this is exactly why I don't mind. All of this. It's ping and pray. It really is. It's just nonsense. Crappy fucking gameplay. Just give me the next iteration of scanning. Right, so I cannot just fly around and hope I'm in the right general area. I'm also really disappointed that the ship doesn't seem to have any kind of frickin' scan mode here. Is that not a thing? I gotta dig in with the frickin' mining tool before I can see what the shit I'm looking at? And I'm not seeing anything at all here. Also not what I'm looking for. I know there was another one right here somewhere. Where is it? More of not what I'm looking for. Ping and pray is alive and well. What is this? Somebody's leftovers? Is this salvage stuff? This looks like salvage stuff, right? Bexelite. Not what I'm looking for. Ooh, corundum. Do I actually have my... Okay. I got the throttle inverted still. Let's fix that. Options, controls... No, I just told you to invert it and you didn't. Why not? I'm confused. All right, now it, okay, whatever. All right, well, I ain't done this in a long time. How come I'm not seeing the... Am I just not close enough? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was looking for the freaking indicator for the charge. All right. And then, which button do I use to... No.
Mining mode off.
Oh, come on.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
All right, I'm totally confused about... What the hell are the keybinds for the mining? Good grief, dude. It's different from the salvage, obviously. How do I change the frickin' mode? Switch mining. Oh, Alt button 1. Oh my God. Why is it not something similar to changing between the modes with the salvage tool? For fuck's sake, CIG. Okay, except I don't really know what I'm doing. Now, right, we fractured this. And then what? Now we should be... I am actually absolutely confused. It's like it's telling me I need to go back to fracture mode, though? Is that what I'm seeing?
Fracturing mode on.
Why do I have to fracture it again, though? I don't really remember how this works as they progress. I'm at minimal power and still building a charge. All right. That's the wrong throttle, bro.
Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical. Warning, power critical.
Okay, all right. So I was trying to extract before I was ready to extract. Come on, show me the composition. This is all very weird. I feel like I'm missing a keybind somewhere that should be helping me to scan this stuff without having to nudge right up against it, but... Oh, wait a minute, that one's not purple, so that one's not extractable. That's inert materials, I don't want that. Inert materials, don't want that. Corundum, we want you.
Fracturing mode on.
You keep grabbing the wrong throttle there, dude. You know what? Let's pick up the other stuff. Oh, good grief. Dude. Let's pick up what we can pick up before we mix up this pile anymore. Okay, you were inert. You're corundum mostly. Inert. Mostly inert. Corundum. It's been a minute since I mined, that's for sure. I kind of wish that the Prospector had one of them tractor beams, though, like the salvage ship has. I didn't see any indicator that it does, so if it does, somebody tell me, but I don't think so.
Fracturing mode on.
It does not. It ought to. I keep grabbing my frickin' speed limiter throttle instead of my mining throttle. Whoa.
Warning. Power critical. Extraction mode on.
Well, that's exactly what I'm doing right now, is trying to remember how any of this works. Plus, it's changed because the HUD's totally different than it used to be. Lots of stuff has changed. Right now, I'm trying to decide, is that bar on the right, the curb bar, is that my whole cargo? Are we full now? Or, yeah, right? Where's the warning that says you're full? Cargo full. Okay, there it is. All right. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a way to mark a spot here right now, right? Because even though I'm right near the station, I really need a navigation spot so I can finish cleaning up these last little bits. Yeah, except mission boxes, box missions are gone. Right? I mean, you know. I mean, I can get some sense of where I'm at, but yeah. It's the basics. It's the basics that are missing that are the most frustrating part of Star Citizen. I mean, we're only 20 clicks out, right? Come on. Can the head tracking work, please? Thank you. And you know what? I don't even know. How do I do the thing with the prospector now? Do I store it and refine through the ship? Because I don't know how to empty the bags. Right? So how's this even work now? I don't got no idea. How's it work? Yeah, exactly. Right? Me neither. I'm like, where's Shadow Wolf? I need help. I need help. I need an adult. Because I was thinking, well, you know, I'll store the bags, but then I'm like, wait a minute, I don't have empty bags. How do I do this? Let's see. Let's see. I don't actually want to do that on here, though. I actually need to do it over here, huh? If I want the bod to have recording. I see Mike. Star Citizen's item recovery system is a massive overcorrection. See, I knew Mike wasn't going to approve. It's too funny to me if you think about the evolution of Salty Mike as a Star Citizen streamer, right? He's been at it for a long time, since long before me. But he's the industrial guy, right? He's the hauler, the miner, salvager later on. And he got pirated one too many times. He got pirated one too many times. And definitely got good when it came to PvP. I remember the time that him and his crew were being pirated someplace, and he killed the fucking shit out of the pirates that had come for them with railguns. It was epic. It was epic. But he's no softy, man. Here's a guy that's predominantly a PvE player when he plays the game, and even he thinks this is bullshit. I know Space Cutlet feels the same way. I know I feel the same way. I would imagine the Darklaw and Noodle feel the same way. I bet Ark feels the same way. I'm still totally shocked that Buzzcut Psycho isn't totally opposed to this shit as well. But I'll have to watch this video and see exactly why he's not vehemently opposed. Anyway, whatever. I'm up on a tangent, obviously. Mining. No, I don't need loadouts. I need, how do I do it? How do I do mining? This isn't, I don't care about what's changed in 4.0 to 4.01. I need to know how this shit works. Beginner's Guide 4.0. Are you going to tell me? I don't want a vehicle mine. I want a prospect mine. Let's give this one a shot, right? Let's give this one a shot.
And the Argo Mole. There are two much larger ships still in development, which is the RSI Arastra.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that.
And even features onboard refining capabilities, and the RSI Orion, the capital class mining ship of the game. For this video, we will focus on the rock and the prospector. As done, it's time to refine. Head to one of the refineries from earlier, and instead of the support center, go up the stairs to refinement processing. Here you will find two sets of terminals, ore selling and ore refining. Ore selling is on the left and allows you to sell all of your ore directly to the station. This convenience does come at a price, as you will only receive about half.
Yeah.
Refining involves the processing of your ore and then packaging it into appropriate, standardized SCU containers.
Okay, so you do it straight from your ship. You do it straight from your ship. I know it's from 2024, but it is late for it's at least 4.0. Right, that answered my question eventually. So what we're going to need to do is store the ship and then go to the refinery. Okay, which is kind of what I thought was going to be the case. I think you can probably refine from inventory if you can get extra bags, but I don't even know if you can get extra bags. So when we go to the refinery, we'll see. Because, I mean, otherwise we'd just drop bags off and grab new ones and then go do the refining later if we didn't want to go to the refinery right now. Let's make sure that we're not gonna... We're clear, right? Yeah, we're clear. All right. Maybe this, I don't know. I mean, I haven't done the tutorial. I guess one of these days I'll have to log in and do the tutorial and see if the tutorial answers any of these questions. Prospector. Store.
Your vehicle has been moved to us. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
How come I don't have a marker on my ship? Where's the ship marker? I don't understand why I don't have one. No, not in the prospector. Did I earlier in the day? I don't even think I did earlier today. I think I logged out at the station. Although maybe I did but that was in the Star Lancer. We've flown multiple ships since then, one of which got blown up. No, see, I don't think I bed logged. I think I logged at the station after my... No, I did. Yeah, I actually don't think I bed logged today. Whatever. Ramble. I didn't bed log in that ship. Refinery. United Resource Workers.
Foreman to filling.
It's been a minute since I refined, too, that's for sure. Where's the, Is it not right here? I thought it was right here somewhere. Mining Support Center, where's the... I guess it's in there, too? I feel like I went by where we used to do the refining. Back up where I came from? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I see. All right. It's been a minute. It's the chat delay, man. Good old Twitch delay. All right, prospector. Refinable. Set up work order. I don't know what's the best method either. I have no idea. How do I tell? Why is it not showing me the time? Yeah, but how do I know what's what? Okay, I see. So how do I get moderate yield, high yield, low speed, low cost, low speed, moderate cost, high yield? Okay, well I want the highest yield, right? Didn't I see one of them? Oh, no. It would be nice for there to be a little more specifics there. Low speed, high cost, high yield. What does that mean? Oh, okay. Get quote. All right. Okay. All right. Well, that's not terrible. Yield. All right. Let's see. I was afraid to push a button and have it start doing stuff. Okay, so they're all 2475. Very low speed, low cost. 22 hours. All right, I see. All right, that's good. But this is not bad. This is only 4 hours. All right, it's more expensive, but I don't care because all I want to do is get the shit for the mission. Right? And how much do I get? It doesn't. Oh, I get 2475. Okay, and if I look at the current value on, see, 2475 per unit with freaking corundum is 13,000 per unit. So even if I wasn't doing the mission, it's still well worth it, right? I mean, this is per SCU. Okay, whatever. We're just going to do it. That's fine. All right. Now, select storage option. What does that mean? Now, is it out of my ship now? Shit, that's what I really needed to know. Okay, it says there's nothing in it. There's 3,200. Okay, so it is out of my ship. Right, yeah, I don't want to withdraw it because... Right. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that my ship was going to be empty. I didn't want to have my ship locked up for 4 hours. All right. Now... Okay, so you can get ore pods, right? You can get, how much are they? They're 10K a pop. So that I could stop and drop them off and grab new ones and then worry about visiting the refinery later. if I wanted to, right? What the hell's the difference? This is the Argo one for the bigger ship, right? Yeah, the 12 SCU. Ore pods fall through the cargo elevator a lot. Oh, God. Star Citizen, man. Why is that a thing? Come on. CIG, thank you for letting me know, TechHead. I appreciate it. They don't work well with cargo grids. Well, that's freaking lame. And you can't swap them, right? I can't use the Argo cargo mod or Argo pod. It says any compatible mining ship. We can try, right? Some can, some can't. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to buy 4 of those because it's 4 on the prospector, right? And we're going to buy 4 more of these just in case the other ones fall off and disappear. Of course, if I can install it on the ship with the vehicle manager, that's what really matters, right? Okay. Vehicle, MISC, prospector. You know, I heard somebody say that now that you mention it. Wait a minute, you have to do it? Pods retrieved on top of the crates. Okay. Can I not? So you can't even swap these out with the vehicle manager? You got to do it. You got to do it with the tractor beam, right? I don't see any way to do it. Yeah. Star Citizen, man. Oh, God. And what about the I appreciate it. What about these? How do these work and what do I use? Not the fuel pods, but the modules. Is there a particular module setup that people use? I know I could probably look into more of that with videos, but if y'all know the deal, I'll ask you. And do these run out? Oh yeah, duration 20 seconds. Uses 10. All right. Yeah, I don't know that I'm really interested in these then. When I'm a little more informed. And these are the things that you attach to the asteroid. Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm not gonna jump into that. We'll jump into that later. All right. Okay, so we'll go see if we can change the cargo pods. I don't have anything else to pilot on top of though, so we'll just have to hope it behaves. And then we'll go see if we can find the last vestiges of that rock. My biggest complaint continues to be the ping and pray thing, though. We need long-range scanning so that we can do some scanning work. It's this way, right? Yes, no? Some scanning work on the front side. No. Am I going the wrong way? I'm going the wrong way. And settle into mine instead of the whole hunting for rocks thing. I hate that ping and pray stuff so much. No, I went, yeah, that's it. All right. Okay, good to know. I'll have to explore with the modules later, because I'm glad that they added that level of complexity to the gameplay. I just not well enough informed to make intelligent decisions about that yet. As it is, I don't know whether I really chose the right mining head since I went with the Lancet, but I know that a lot of people were using the Helix too, and I don't really know what's best for what. Argo, 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 Argo. Let's see what happens. I think there's 4 of them there, but you know, they're not exactly on top. Let's see how this goes. Do I have to unlock the port or something? I'm assuming yes, right? Because shields are on and everything. Can I please have an F interact? Pretty please. All right, ports are unlocked. Do I still need to turn the shields off, or with the points or with the ports unlocked, will it cooperate? Shield should be fine. All right, as long that's the way I thought it worked, but then I wasn't sure anymore. I don't even remember how long it's been since I was in a prospector, let alone doing any mining. Had to have been in 21, though. All right. I still don't know why it looks like, you know, space termites have eaten my engines, but I guess it could be part of the paint. Just doesn't look like it. It does. It looks exactly like somebody tried to use a freaking salvage rifle on it. All right, let's go see how this happens. Oh, no. Yep, it immediately fell through the ground. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to stack them on top of something. Yep, looks like Star Citizen. And I'm sure they're just gone now. All right. Well, we'll have to buy some boxes. I'd really like to get those bags on there, but I don't know that I care enough to fight with it that hard today. So we'll mess with that another time. I gotta say that that's typical CIG, though. Typical CIG. The half-assery is real. You guys need to figure your stuff out there, team. You know, there are things about the Fortune that are more polished than the Prospector. Why didn't they do an overhaul? Just do a quick polish pass. Everything that the settings that work better in the Fortune than work in the Prospector, I don't understand why they're not the same. I feel like that's one of those variant issues and why we've been complaining about variants for 10 years. The app interact in the seat is much more natural feeling with the Fortune. I kind of like the fact that when you walk to the door behind the seat here, the outer door opens right away in the Prospector, but that's definitely tuned differently than it is in the Fortune. And these MFDs are not the same either. They are the same, but the colors aren't the same, right? Like you can see the bright yellow in the front middle part of the HUD. And on the Fortune, the yellow and stuff, the colors are more vibrant on the Fortune than they are on the Prospector, which doesn't make sense to me either. It'd be like, if it's supposed to be this way, the Fortune should be this way. If it's supposed to be the way it is on the Fortune, then the Prospector should have had the revised ones. I don't understand those kinds of weird idiosyncrasies. All right. Okay, so we got to go down that way somewhere. If we want to try and find what we were mining. Some 20 kilometers. Why are we trespassing on private property exactly? That could just be the station. I know that several of the Lagrange stations report that.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on. Mining mode off.
Don't know for sure which it's going to be.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
We should be in the neighborhood, though. Did a salvage contract the other day and found an abandoned Hercules nearby. Absolutely wish we could drop a QT mark. Oh, yes. I totally agree. Yeah, still looking for corundum. We definitely need custom navigation beacons. Definitely. All right, this is not the rock I was mining, obviously. Bruh. Pay attention to what you're doing there, old man. Alright, well that one is corundum and also laranite. But that's not the one I was mining. Where's the one I was mining? We'll go to the closest one, I guess. Okay, that was the debris. Crap. I don't know exactly what angle I was approaching from. It could be that stuff over here. Nav SCM? What the fuck is Nav SCM? Alright, wait a minute, hold on. Super 5, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. How you doing? This is not where I was either. I really do wish we had a ᚻᚖᚪ᚞ᚻᚢᚾᚏ. What about you? Hello? Laranite, aluminum. Oh, that's fine, but that's not what I'm looking for. I hear you. I hear it. Copy is life. I am a copy addict. This is the first time that I've been in the Prospector in years. I wanted to give it a shot and see, since I've got actually a, well, I haven't got a crap ton, but I've got about 200 SCUs of copper. I need some corundum to go with it. So I thought I would see what mining is like these days. I still am not a fan of the ping and pray. I really can't wait until we get long range scanning so that this part of the process isn't just a freaking gamble. I'd like to be able to scan at length. and find what we're looking for and then settle in for some actual mining. I don't see any pieces parts, so I really don't know what happened to the rock I was mining. Seems a little familiar. We could be in the right neighborhood. A 100% inert materials. Okay, it's not accurate. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, you know, it doesn't even have to be realistic. I just want it to be a credible experience. You know, something Star Trek-y would be fine. I don't even care. I don't want to fly around and ping and go, okay, is this the rock I'm looking for? No. Is this the rock I'm looking for? No. Is this the rock I'm looking for? No. I hate that shit. Right? It's not fun. It's not engaging. Not for me, anyway. No shade on anybody that thinks this is relaxing and all of that. That's fine. For me, I would much rather spend, you know, some time scanning around the system, but find a way to narrow it down, right? Give me a vague signal in that direction and then work my way through that signal until I have a dense deposit. And then let me settle in and find some rocks and mine until my ship's full. And instead, you know, I'll find a rock and I filled my ship up, but now I can't find the rest of it, which probably wouldn't have filled up the rest of my cargo anyway, and then I'm looking for another rock. And I am being very specific right now. All I'm interested in is the corundum. Okay, which there's a little in here. All right, whatever. We'll go ahead and hit this one. Whoa. Hello.
Warning. Power critical.
I need to do some binding for the joystick buttons too. I won't be able to leave that Laranite sitting, so I'm sure we'll grab that too, even though it's not what I'm here for. That one's a mix, of course. All right, whatever. I really enjoy my VKBs for what it's worth. All right, I started with the, I had a an old Warthog and Thrustmaster T16000 and their cheap plastic rudder pedals, right? That's where I got started with Star Citizen. And a couple of years ago, I bought the VKB NXTs. This was the pre-Evo ones. And then not long after that, Darklaw offered me his old Gladiator Mark I bases. So what I actually wound up with now is I've got his Gladiator bases with my, essentially, the Space Combat grips from the NXTs on there. I freaking love them. Right? I actually really like the way that the grips feel. There's plenty of buttons and hat switches. I love the way the Gladiator gimbals feel, which are all metal. But even the NXTs, and these were the pre-Evo NXTs, I feel they felt great. Way better gimbal than what I had with my old Thrustmasters, even the Warthog. Price-wise, I think they're pretty good middle ground, even if you were to just go with the NXT regulars, you know? But everybody's got their own budget, and it depends on what's important to you. I won't pretend that I wouldn't like to have some Whirlpools, but they're outside my price range. You ping and then pointing to ping, it gives you a signature size number. Look up or remember. Yeah, I need to know how that actually works better, right? So if I go, all right, we gotta get out of this. We gotta go into nav, scan, right? And then we ping. And where am I seeing what? And how close do I have to be? See, I'm not actually seeing anything there. I guess it's that number above the 1900. But I have no idea what that even means. And is that what that is, or is that something totally unrelated? Because that number doesn't seem to go away. All right. Well, hello. Come to a stop there, bro. And the part that's kind of annoying me is I want to be able to just scan. How close do I have to get? Can I not just scan? I don't want to have to deploy the mining head to scan. That's kind of irritating. Signature sheet. Okay, let me save that. All right. Okay. Appreciate it. Well, it seems to be when for the composition of the rocks, and I'm not necessarily opposed to that being a thing. It's just visually, I don't like the fact that I can't scan without the mining head, right? If that's the way it's got to be, that's the way it's got to be. It's kind of annoying to me. All right, which one's closest? Just seems to not be working. Okay, because I thought we used to be able to scan without, but it's been quite a while. We're gonna blow right by this rock. Tungsten barrel, etc. Not what I'm looking for. I know that there's like anything that you see with that's divisible by 2K is supposed to be a panel, but I don't know about the ships themselves. I have just barely gotten into any of the industrial gameplay again other than hauling. Corundum and other. Corundum and other. All right. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Whoa. I feel like I'm battling the instability here. Come on. Really? You're a rat bastard.
Extraction mode on.
Yeah, I won't lie, I've been kind of lazy about it myself. Either I go where I believe I'm going to see ships, you know, some of the RABs or whatever, and just hope for it, or I take a mission. The seasonal mission thing, you know, the Survivor Die mission is made me very lazy about it too. It's like, well, I know if I can just get a full load, I can get paid, you know, 391K, whatever. But I will have to spend some time getting a little more selective about all that crap.
Fracturing mode on.
Yeah, which is why I have no doubt that's why they decided to make that one the dominant material. Right? It's like, well, nobody does construction material anyway. Let's go ahead and blah, blah, blah. It feels a little meh. It does, and on the other hand, kind of makes sense that that's the one that the shortage would be for first, but I wish this stuff was just all connected to actual mechanics. Right? Come on, do the thing. I'm having a little deja vu right now. Like, I hope I didn't just backtrack. Really just want to fill this freaking cargo load one more time here. I'll have to do a little bit of Is this the same damn place I was earlier? I'm really afraid it is. This is all debris. Shit. This, you know, the navigation stuff is what's tweaking me off the most. Right? I don't like to ping and pray anyway, but not being able to go, okay, I was here, now I'm headed there, and be able to leave any kind of an indicator behind me that I've already been there, to not be able to locate a place and go, okay, here's where I want to go next, not having any of those options at all for the navigation is just such a fundamental shortcoming in Star Citizen. True. Come on, is it really 100% inert? I feel like you're just yanking my chain. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Yep, that's what I thought. Thanks. So helpful. I really do feel like I have looped backwards, though. See, I don't really know. None of these. All right, Obsidian. This is 1790 is what we're looking for. See, that's like 1750. And that one's not giving me a blob anymore. It's all the ping and pray. Which is what? P-type. I don't really know. That's just about the size of the asteroid, though, right? Meh. I still feel like I don't really understand what's the best way to identify what, right? Like, it does give me a clue looking at that chart, but... Also, why does it keep doing that where it tells me it's 100% inert materials, and I know that's not going to be the case? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's broken. That's not helping me at all. Game.
Mining mode off.
See, M-type. 1850 is an M-type.
Fracturing mode on. Mining mode on.
All right. Well, there's at least a little bit of corundum in there. E-type. All right. All right, I appreciate it. Appreciate the links as well. I'm adding them to a tab. I'm getting increasingly less. Well, how about we don't eat the asteroid? So I didn't look at the mass on this. This is just too big for me. Yeah. I think that's just too big. Which, oh well. Nature of the beast. Alright, well, it all makes me increasingly less particular and increasingly more frustrated that we don't have proper scanning over time. Lots of good information in there from you guys today, though. I really appreciate it. I think I'm going to have to wrap up for today, though, and go and take care of the shield maiden. Let's get this thing in and start what's left, what little bit of stuff is in it in the refinery. Really? Seriously? I guess we were fine and then we were too close. Alright, whatever, dude. You rat bastard. Trespassing. Oh, noes. We're trespassing. Yes. Yes, fuel reversion is definitely still a problem. It's most unfortunate that it is, but it is. Which is really something I absolutely hate. Oh, hello. Slow down. I thought I was pushing the right buttons, but I was not. Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time. I find that if you refuel your ship, store your ship, retrieve your ship, and then fly on, you're less likely to run into it. But I'm not going to lie, I get tired of doing it. Right? It's ridiculous. What happens, of course, is that you change DGS, and some DGS remembers how much fuel you had, and then you go on about your business and do stuff, and you change back maybe to the same DGS, maybe to any DGS. I'm not sure what, right? And it suddenly reverts back to that previous fuel level, and it's bullshit. I don't understand why it's a variable that gets lost in the shuffle, because so far I've not like run out of cargo, right? It doesn't suddenly remember that, oh, you had no cargo earlier. So I feel like it's got to be a database oversight. Yeah. It's really, really, really frustrating. Definitely something that shouldn't be happening. Yeah, well, you know, try playing on live, motherfuckers.
Welcome to the ᚻᚖᚪ᚞ᚻᚢᚾ vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I was complaining about that yesterday, right? You go to the movie glass and it's like, okay, Saber. All right, Prospector. That way, that's not my Prospector. Okay. Harbinger. Harbinger. Okay. Harbinger. No, that's not my Harbinger. That's a freaking Hornet. All right. Hornet. Apoa Nox. No. That's not my Hornet. That's the Nox. What the hell, man? Nox. Oh, look, it's the SRV. No, none of that's right, dudes. Come on. This is, like you're saying, it looks like it's a basic index fail to me. Right? Now, if I go all the way to the end, oh, look, there's the Fortune. What if I go all the way down? No, there's the Polaris. Where's my Prospector? It's bad, dude. It's bad. What I found is that usually, if you've got multiples, the last one is going to be the last ship that got used, right? Like if I drive around with the Grey Cat PTV, if I spawn this and drive it around and store it, next time it'll be 2 because it's the last one I used. However, I'm not 100% sure that's always the case.
Please visit us again.
Yeah. I don't know. I constantly feel like we're running into stuff that's basic indexing errors, like the elevators, right? I haven't seen it recently. Hopefully they actually got it fixed. But constantly we'd get the one where we'd get the elevator and I'd go push the button for Galather's hangar and it would send me to pad 4, or it would send me to the observation deck or whatever. That was happening all the time. And then, of course, if you left the elevator and got back in and called the elevator again, then it would be fine. So then it would index properly. So somewhere along the line, it wasn't picking up the right index, or it wasn't populating the hangar location to the elevator list. So it was wrapping back up to 1 because it capped. All that shit needs to stop. It just needs to work. Yeah. There are definitely 1,000 ways that they could make the ASOP better. For me, the number one thing is, when I hit this, the top of there should be like a top section, and the ships that are actually at this location should be on top of that list, right? So for the only ship that would be here for me at the top of the list would be the Prospector, because nothing else is here. And then it should sort it in a better way. Well, that's the way I feel. That's absolutely the way I feel, Lions. I've stopped hopping into PTU. It's like, well, why bother? I can't get any progression done in PTU, and I'm not seeing a significant difference in gameplay anyway, right? It's like, I hope they're actually fixing bugs, but I report shit, and it just gets ignored. It doesn't get replicated enough, right? I had issues with the hull C, and I couldn't get anybody to repro it, right? Or you do repro it, and CIG goes, oh, we couldn't replicate that on the internal test servers. It must be a you problem. It's like, kiss my ass, man. I'm tired of being an unpaid quality tester. Go hire somebody that can QA and give them time to do it, because that's what I think is the real problem. You know? Yeah, so I may as well suffer through the current state of the game and at least get some progress. Whatever, man. Overall, I had a good stream today, but it's just, some of Star Citizen is just so awful. Why the hell is TDL still live? He's been at it all damn day. The 9 hours. What is he doing? He's on with Cutlet. Oh, okay. All right, you know what? We're gonna raid ArcVR. ArcVR, he does the VTuber thing. I actually really think his avatars are freaking cool. He's a space helmet with a skull in his face. But he's an entertaining dude. He likes to poke at stuff and see what's what. But check him out. Drop him a follow if you like what he's doing. Show him some love. I do want to also say he and his guys are the ones that are suggesting that we have a white flag surrender signal in the verse. It's his actual bone scan. I did not know that. I also like the other one he's got. That's the Xenothread helmet that lights up. Very freaking cool. But is he fixing to end? Or is he just AFK a second? Okay, maybe he's doing something else. He's doing a mini game. But him and his guys are doing a thing where if you flare dump, he will see it as a white flag. So if you ever get pirated, I would suggest that if you plan on trying to surrender, flare dump, right? That's what I'll do. If I decide I'm going to surrender, I'll flare dump. And all that means is essentially slow down as you're just dropping your flares again and again and again and again and again. Or if you have a bunch set up, just dump them, right? And then it'll give you a chance if it's these guys or other people that are using the same signal to know, okay, they're going to surrender. So instead of just killing them, we'll try and board them and negotiate. And then everybody can get paid or move along on their way with minimal thing. Anyway, so try and remember that. Do a flare dump if you want to do a surrender signal. All right, so we're going to raid him. Raid arc VR _VR. I'm going to do the thing, see what he's up to. Thank you all so much for hanging out today. I appreciate it. We will be back at it again tomorrow. We'll see how things are going. But right now I got to go feed the ᚻᚖᚪ᚞ᚻᚢᚾ, and to be honest, I'm a little bit tired and hungry myself. So I'm out of here. Y'all stay safe and stay healthy, because being sick sucks, and I'll see y'all around the verse. And again, really appreciated the conversation. Thank y'all so much for the help, the tips with both the salvaging the last couple of days and the mining today. That was super helpful. I will see y'all later. I'm out. My brain is cooked, and I'm no longer making any sense beyond just saying I appreciate y'all, which is the truth. But good God, dude, it's time to shut up.